So, people, Arsenal against Southampton at home. On paper, 3-0, 4-0 maybe. Southampton haven't won a game in the Premier League this season. Arsenal are unbeaten. We're expecting a lively, entertaining performance and a comfortable victory before the international break. Well, this was anything but that. Arsenal do not like things to be simple. They love things being complicated. 3-1 victory. We got there in the end. We got the 3 points, but damn, if Arsenal are going to win the title this season, we have to find a way to make these games more straightforward. We don't want to have to constantly be battling our way back and grinding out results. Result, vital, important, 3 points, and we go into the international break in good shape, but the performances have to improve. We shouldn't be 1-0 down against Southampton at home and having to fight our way back into the game. Southampton hit the post, they hit the bar. They made life difficult for us. They contained us in the first half. We dominated possession. But Arsenal just have this thing sometimes. We don't shoot from outside the penalty area often enough. When teams have got 9, 10, 11 players behind the ball, you tend to have space in front of that and you can shoot from distance a lot more often. Arsenal were kind of looking to create the perfect goal. We then went 1-0 down, caught out really on the counter-attack. Deflected shot goes in, and then the fight back starts, and Arsenal got a goal quickly. Kai Havertz, lovely finish. And of course, then Bukayo Saka got a goal as well, as he always tends to do. And Gabriel Martinelli got a goal as well, which was a massive boost to his confidence, starting to improve slightly. Saka continues to just put up great numbers, even when sometimes his performances aren't always at their best. He contributes nearly all the time, which is credit to him. And Havertz with another very good finish, by the way. Striker's finish. First half, again, I didn't think he was great. I didn't think Saka was great first half. But second half, they got their act together. Why wasn't this the 3 or 4-0 that I think a lot of the fan base expected it to be? I just thought we were a little bit slow. We rotated as well, and the chemistry didn't look great. Raheem Sterling came in on the left. He was lively in the first half, but the end product wasn't there from him. Gabriel Jesus, I mean, listen, I don't want to kick a man while he's struggling, and he is at the moment, but Gabriel Jesus, it just feels like he's coming towards the end of his time at Arsenal now. Confidence has been hit. He's not scoring enough goals. He's been dropped for a guy in Kai Havertz that is not a natural striker. That would hit your confidence for 6. He's had major injuries. The knee injury that he had at the World Cup kept him out for months. He had another operation as well at the beginning of the season. He pulled his hamstring last season as well. And clearly, he doesn't look the same player. And the interview saying goals are not my strength, it's like a chef saying cooking is not something I'm great at. You would probably walk out of that restaurant. So I just think Jesus is struggling at the moment. And listen, I hope while he's at this football club, he turns things around and can offer something, whether that's as a winger, whether that's as a backup striker or whatever. But if I was Arsenal, I'd be looking to cut my losses with him. And maybe Zinchenko as well. I think maybe we've outgrown those 2 Manchester City signings who definitely brought something to the team at the time. But I think moving forward, maybe we've moved on from them now and we need to go to that next level. Even though Havertz is scoring goals, I would still like to see Arsenal go and get a striker, whether that's a Gyökeres in January. CalaFiori is a bit of a mixed bag at the moment. Going forward, marauding runs, powerful, aggressive, gets into attacking areas. He's very comfortable. He looks as if he can really offer something to this team going forward. Defensively, I'm a little bit concerned by him. And listen, calm down. I'm not writing him off. I think the fact we're asking so much of him going forward maybe goes against him defensively because those recovery runs are not easy running back. And he's in a new league, and you can tell that he's aggressive and he wants to prove a point. He wants to win the ball when it's there. Sometimes be a little bit more calm. Hopefully he gets that as time goes on in the league. So certainly I think there's a player there, but defensively he has to improve. And when you think after the international break, we play Chelsea, who've got Cole Palmer who plays on that side. We play Liverpool, who've got Mo Salah. in those performances, you want to see a more calm and collective CalaFiori. Maybe Ben White goes back in at right back and Timber goes back in at left back. I would still argue that is maybe our strongest back four with Gabriel and Saliba, but obviously it's good to have these options. I thought Partey did okay at right back. I mean, when I saw his name on the team sheet, I thought it might have been April Fool's Day. I said, not this again. We saw this last season and we dropped points against Fulham. And he has played well in the last couple of games. But putting him at right back was a concern. But Southampton didn't have much going forward. So I think we definitely got away with that one. Tomiyasu came on, sporting the David Beckham blonde highlights. And with Timber and Ben White should be available after the international break. Hopefully we'll be back to our full options in that role after the international break. Declan Rice is a bit of a conundrum for me. It's not being spoken about much maybe on some other channels, but I'm just in a situation where I'm like, Declan Rice last season, along with Rodri, was the best number 6 in the Premier League. Looked like a world beater. Fans were saying, pay West Ham more money, we've robbed them at 105 million. In this 8 role, I think you would say West Ham have robbed us. And that's not Declan Rice's fault. Declan Rice in the 6 is unbelievable. In the 8, he's not that guy. And yeah, driving runs going forward, he can do that. But the passing and the shooting at the end of it, I just don't think suits him. And I don't think we're getting the best out of him there. But listen, maybe while Partey's in the 6, that's the role he's forced to play. And whether Marino comes in and plays the 8 and Rice goes back to the 6, that is what I thought would happen. But Partey has kind of got his form in the last couple of games. And obviously we've seen these reports of him getting a 2-year contract extension. Good to see Marino get minutes. Not the quickest. Not the quickest. And I do like pace. But you can tell very technically gifted. Spanish midfielder. Comfortable in possession. But certainly not the quickest. But again, hasn't had a pre-season. Hasn't had a lot of game time. And obviously is coming back from an injury. What I will say and what I do want to give credit for is the team's ability to fight back. You never really feel like we're out of the game. You always feel like we're going to find a way to make it happen. My just little warning signs are against better opposition if we go a goal down or a couple of goals down, we may not always be able to fight back. And I just want Arsenal in some of these games to have more control and learn how to punish these teams. Leicester was a warning sign. Southampton was a warning sign. We may not get away with that against other teams. So, listen, at the end of the day, we won the game. There's no need to panic. I think there are things that we can tweak moving forward. We are missing Martin Odegaard. I thought the cohesion was broken up today by Trossard being dropped. Sterling got game time. Jesus. I get it. Rotation is necessary. But I think you have to do it in the right way, not necessarily putting players in positions that they're not always familiar with if you can help it. You want a player to at least be playing a role that he feels comfortable with and can excel in. Jorginho played a couple of nice passes in the first half, but again, Jorginho for me is a player that I think this needs to be his last season at Arsenal. I think we need someone more mobile. I know he's not somebody that starts every week, but I just think moving forward, I would like to see another centre midfielder brought into Arsenal. So maybe you end up with a new centre mid, Declan Rice, Marino and Partey as the 4 centre mids next season if Partey signs that new deal. So, listen, big ups to Saka. I'll be honest, first half I thought he was quiet, a little bit predictable, but he gets 2 assists. One of them in particular I thought was brilliant. And he gets a fantastic goal to round it off. And he's producing numbers. And at 23 years of age, he is the talisman. And even me at times, I say, I expect a little bit more from him. Can he be a bit more skillful, a bit more unpredictable? But at the end of the day, the modern game, it requires stats. It requires goals and assists. It's kind of the way that the game has gone now. And it looks as if he's going to get a lot of goals and assists this season. And if he does that, it gives us a better opportunity of being successful. Kai Havertz, again, fantastic goal. I thought played really well second half. First half, he was quiet. I think the team were quiet. What I'm asking for now from Havertz is, can you score big goals in big games away from home in particular against the big teams? You know, if you look at Villa, Tottenham, Man City this season, he hasn't scored in any of those games. If you look at Liverpool, Manchester City, those games last season, he didn't score in those games. Porto and Bayern Munich as well. So that's the final hurdle. I'm not saying he's going to score in all of those games. Haaland and Mbappe don't score in every big away game. But I still think there is another level that Havertz needs to go to. But he's certainly on the right track. And it was an important win. It would have been a disaster if we'd have drawn or lost this game. And we go into an international break now, which I don't think anybody wants, really. But at the same time, it's a good opportunity to get Ben White, Timber, Zinchenko, get everybody back fit and have a full squad. And of course, Martin Odegaard, who will be a massive plus for us. So 3-1 win, 3 points in the bag. They don't like things simple, do they, Arsenal? Damn, it's going to be a long season. It's a roller coaster, that's for sure. But listen, let me know in the comments what you think. Saka, man of the match for me. Defensively, a little bit shaky at times, conceded. They at the post, they at the bar. Maybe it was a little bit laid back today. But we got the job done in the end. Bigger test to come, people. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you very much. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much for hitting 82k today. I'll see you all next time after the international break, people. Bless.